Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to a new video on this channel. We've had a few weeks filled with lots of news about the Twice girls, lots of rumors about them leaving the agency and tons of theories. So I'm going to explain to you what's going on, whether it's possible that we won't get any more Twice, at least for a long time, and also my personal opinion on it. So without further ado, let's get started. Twice is currently in the middle of discussions for their contract renewals with JYP. Their first renewal happened back in July 2022 after completing their first 7 years, where all 9 members decided to stay together. And right now they are negotiating once again, but with different stances. The group just wrapped up their 6th world tour, titled This Is For World Tour, which included 81 dates across 44 different cities, a tour that lasted a whole year and had some really amazing iconic moments for them. But the thing is that before this tour, they had already done another one for the Ready to Be album that lasted a year and 3 months, with barely a single year of gap between them to actually take a break. And I say break just to say something, because they kept dropping comebacks during that time, like their 5th Japanese studio album Dive, their 14th Korean mini album Strategy, their Japanese compilation album Twice 5, and another full-length album titled This Is For. Plus, tzuyu made her solo debut. Obviously, this isn't a healthy work schedule, and that's something Twice is well known for. They never really get rest and are constantly releasing new music. That's why a lot of people are closely watching the negotiations, because they believe the members might not renew. Some are even theorizing that Jihyo might start her own company and that the other girls are just waiting to join her there. But this is honestly just the beginning. Some of the members have taken major hiatuses due to serious health issues, like Chayoung, who was diagnosed with heart problems that often cause fainting spells, leading her to miss a few dates on the latest tour. But she was only on hiatus for 1 month, which many think is way too short considering it's a severe medical condition. Jeongyeon resumed her activities after her hiatuses back in 2020 and 2021, but she also missed several dates across the last 2 tours due to neck and back problems, while Mina and Dahyun have experienced minor health issues as well. A lot of these physical issues could be caused by the relentless, fast-paced routine they endure, and it seems the girls might have finally had enough. At the end of a concert in Tokyo, Jihyo was seen really emotional and crying as they said goodbye, and we all know this is rarely a good sign. She later tried to reassure fans by saying, "I ended up crying so much. I'm here because I'm afraid you're worried. I had a lot of thoughts running through my head. I kept thinking about how hard it was. But now that I'm performing in front of so many people, I feel kind of comforted. When else would I see 80,000 people?" What is known is that Jihyo has reportedly decided not to renew with JYP after spending 21 years at the company, to which she responded indirectly on Bubble, stating, "My heart is so heavy that I can really just chat freely as if nothing is wrong. I was so worried and cautious about posting on Bubble, but I will make sure to sort things out well so onces don't have to wait too long. And I can share news with you quickly. As the master of my own life, I will think things through carefully and wisely before making a choice. So I hope you onces will support and trust me just like you always have." Yet, all the rumors still suggest that even if she departs from the agency, she will remain part of Twice. The other 3 members who are apparently set to leave the company as well would be tzuyu, Jeongyeon, and chayoung. According to the media outlet News One, tzuyu won't be renewing and is looking to manage her solo promotions, especially in Taiwan, under a different agency or her own label, which staying fully active within Twice. Jeongyeon reportedly held meetings with acting and entertainment management agencies like Varo Entertainment ahead of her contract expiration, though those agencies clarified nothing official has been signed yet, and Chayoung also seems to have every intention of leaving. This is obviously a tough situation, because I honestly feel like I can't give you a single example of a girl group that, after several members leaving the agency, managed to keep promoting together on a regular basis. Managing a comeback across 4 or 5 different companies is super difficult, which is why it takes so long, and usually the members don't have the drive to get together every single year to drop a song anyway. so it ends up stretching out to one comeback every 4 or 5 years. But now talking about what each TWICE member could do. Nayeon is undoubtedly the one with the highest chances of staying. She's the one who receives the most promotion for her solo projects and does really well as a soloist too. So it's very likely she will stay. Jeongyeon is one of the members who is almost guaranteed to leave. She has severe health issues and has also suffered a lot from netizens attacking her weight, her voice, and basically everything they can target. I haven't seen JYP do much to stop these attacks either, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if Jeongyeon leaves the company. One thing that surprised me is that Bar Entertainment, the agency she's rumored to be joining, specializes in actors. And we know Jeongyeon is set to make her acting debut in a horror comedy movie called New Recruit, the movie, coming out at the end of the year. So maybe she wants to pursue that passion. I'm going to put Momo, Mina, and Sana in the same blog because I think they will follow the exact same path, which is staying with JYP as mamamoo. That subunit is insanely popular in Asia, and all the 3 girls seem happy. There are no rumors about them leaving, so I think they will stay. Jihyo, on the other hand, is almost guaranteed to leave, and what some people are saying is that she's going to launch her own company, which is possible, while other theories suggest that all the other members would join her there. I don't think that's how it will go. All 9 members wanting the exact same thing for their careers is highly unlikely, and going from 0 management experience to running 9 careers is practically impossible, because even if they leave JYP, TWICE is still the property of the company. They can just leave and use the exact same name and concept created by another agency without a legal battle that often takes years. And I don't think their relationship with JYP is bad enough for them not to want to continue as TWICE under the label, especially considering that during the contract negotiations, it's usually the company that has to yield, since the artists are the ones who decide whether to stay or not. Plus, JYP has posted a job listing for an experienced actor manager under Stride Division 3, that is TWICE division, where one of the listed responsibilities specifically mentions managing the acting activities of all 9 TWICE members, which makes us think that JYP is actually open to the different paths that the girls could choose. Dahyun seems like she would also stay, focusing primarily on acting. We know she has taken on drama roles and likely she wants to keep pursuing that path. Chayoung, on the other hand, will probably leave. She's known to have interests outside of the idol life, such as artistic composition and fashion design, and if she leaves, she could release solo work with much more creative freedom. Finally, tzuyu, who seemingly prefers to focus on the Asian market, building a stronger presence in her home country of Taiwan, and if JYP can't provide that for her, she would probably leave. I can see all of them making the decision to leave JYP, but it's hard for me to imagine them leaving TWICE. It won't be the same though, because as I mentioned, once they leave the company that created them, things get way too complicated. It's what they have to do if they want to grow individually. And that's something JYP knows too, because one thing TWICE brings in is a lot of money. And JYP has taken advantage of that throughout their entire career. If TWICE goes from making at least 2 comebacks a year to maybe 1 every 3 years max, that becomes a huge issue for the company. That's why they are already making moves, since I-DLE Entertainment, a subsidiary of JYP, is already preparing Our Birthday, a girl group set to debut in August. Obviously, it's super optimistic to think that this new group will bring them as much money as TWICE, but they are already making their play, which fans didn't like at all, but it makes sense considering that without TWICE, JYP will inevitably bring in less money, and that's something they want to avoid. So we can probably expect a lot of comebacks from the members who stay as soloists, as well as debuts or roles in dramas. JYP, regarding all the rumors about the girls leaving the company, the only thing they say is that negotiations are still ongoing. So this is obviously just speculation and nothing has been made official yet. But what do you guys think is going to happen with the group? I will be reading your thoughts in the comments and see you next time.
And this has been all. I hope you like it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. It would help me a lot. See ya.